Hi, welcome to Off the Shelf with Christine. The holiday season is right around the corner and you may be struggling to find just the right gift for the readers in your life. Today I'm going to give you some ideas for unique and easy bookish gifts that you can make in our Makerspace that are just perfect for them. And since it's also Nonfiction November month, I'm also going to give you some book suggestions that you could pair perfectly with these gifts. Remember, if you wish to be notified of upcoming videos, be sure to like and subscribe below. Hit that button. And be sure to let us know in the comments what you think of these gifts and if you have any other possible pairings or ideas. We'd love to hear from you. I'm being joined today by our Makerspace librarian, Ebony. And she's going to show us some of the machinery that we have for you to create these gifts with.
So thank you, Christine. So the first thing we want to show you is our sublimation printer. What the sublimation printer does is it prints out on special ink, sublimation ink, and it allows you to create prints on various items. So right here we have a slate tablet that has a sublimation ready coating on it, and you can add here a picture onto the item and it comes out amazing. You can do family photos, you can do artwork and drawings. It's a really great gift and a really great showpiece. And the next thing that we have are our Cricuts. So we have 4 types of Cricuts within the Makerspace. Our first and smallest is the Cricut Joy. So this basically cuts out different designs using a blade within the machine. And we have 3 different sizes. So we have our Cricut Joy, which is the smallest one. Those are good for stickers, greeting cards. We'll show you a lot of these later in the video as well. And then we have our medium-sized Cricut, which is our Cricut Maker 3. And that one does the same thing, just on a bigger scale. We also have a Cricut Venture, and that is great for posters. It's good for big glass wall decals, things like that. Anything that you're doing large scale. So the next thing that we have is our Cricut Mug Press. This is our 4th kind of Cricut, and basically it allows you to make custom mugs. And we'll show you that later in the video, all the different types of mugs that you can make. And then next we have our sewing and embroidery machine. So you can do either sewing, you can do embroidery. We also have another sewing machine, and these are really great for custom gifts and things like that. If you want to make shirts. I embroidered my name on the shirt, so it's very fun. It's easy to use, and we'll be offering trainings on that very soon.
Yeah.
The next thing we have is our laser engraver. So it's really great for doing cutting, engraving, and you can basically do a lot with this. You can engrave wood, metals, a lot of different things. And then also the training for it is very simple, and a lot of people have a lot of fun with this. This is a very, very popular item in our Makerspace. We have people using it all the time. Cutting boards. Yeah, amazing things that people have created. So this is something that you definitely want to keep your eye on. And then we have our 2 3D printers, and those are really popular as well, especially with young kids. They love making designs and showing off the different things that they can make. We have a pencil holder, a 3D printed group pencil holder. We have a Christmas design, we have a 3D puzzle, and we have a cute little polar bear. So all cool wintry gifts, yeah. So right here we have our heat table. So we have 2 types of heat presses that you can use for your different projects. We also have a mini iron for other designs that you can make. And we have our safety gloves. We have a bunch of different things that you can use in the Makerspace.
So now we want to show you actual finished products of these gifts that you can make. And we're going to start off with bookmarks, something that every reader could always use. These can be made using several machines?
Yes, so we have the 2 most popular ways of making bookmarks in the Makerspace are through sublimation and through our laser engraver. So this is an example of a sublimated bookmark. So they're great for if you want to put pictures on them, if you want to create your own designs. These are really great for that, and they come out very, very vibrant and colorful. So the next one we have are from our laser engraver. So this one we did from wood, and then we stained it afterwards. So you can create a cute little bookmark like that. And then we also have an acrylic one, which is more of a clear glass one. Yeah. And you have the acrylic layout.
You can pick their favorite quote from a book, or like you mentioned, create a design using our Canva software in the Makerspace. The possibilities are really endless
Yes.
for those. You can match up these books with the latest title by their favorite authors, or perhaps one of the self-help books that have been so popular lately. A few that come to mind would be Super Agers, an evidence-based approach to longevity by Eric Topol, and The Let Them Theory by Mel Robbins. Everybody's been reading that one. And Jump and Find Joy by Hoda Kotb. Now, for the avid reader who loves keeping track of the books they've read, or maybe they like to take notes for a book club, you can make them a reading journal.
So you can make your own custom reading journal, again, using sublimation. So basically you can create your design. You can do either a custom design, or you can use a photograph, or you can design something in Canva with a mixture of the two. And you can create your own personalized journal to take with you. And it's a fun little item to have as a personal gift for someone else or for yourself.
Okay. Another unique gift is t-shirts and sweatshirts. Everybody loves a little personalized t-shirt. So we have a couple here that we can show you.
So these are some fun little designs. This is a sublimated t-shirt, so you can see that it doesn't have any layer over it. It's embedded within the shirt. So this is a fun little quote that we have. And then we also have one where you can make it with our Cricut machine. So you can basically use a vinyl overlay. So this is just one of the shirts that we have as a staff member. And then you can also do it along the edge. There's a lot of variety that you can do with shirts like this. The vinyls are a little more versatile than the sublimation, because with the Cricut vinyls, you can pretty much do them in almost all materials. Whereas the sublimation, you are limited to just polyester shirts, or some ones with a high poly count.
Good to know for those people who only like to wear cotton. Okay, now you can also create a custom engraved cutting board using our laser cutter engraver, and it's just perfect for the cook in your life. Or perhaps our charcuterie lovers. Now, if you're going for the charcuterie board, two books that'll work nicely is Charcuterie by Numbers by Derek Bissonnette and Gabrielle Cote. Then there's also Boards, Stylish Spreads for Casual Gatherings by American Test Kitchen. And speaking of those home cooks, why not give them a personalized apron such as this here?
So we have some fun little quote on our apron that'll be good for any cook in your life. And you can do these on a couple different ones. We have sublimation aprons as well as cotton and vinyl, cotton that you can use for vinyl.
With the Cricut.
Yeah,
Nice.
with the Cricut. And
Now,
these are a lot of fun.
Yeah, you can pair some of these cooking type gifts with any one of the new gift cookbooks coming out, such as Good Things, Recipes and Rituals to Share with the People You Love by Salman Nostrat, 6 Seasons of Pasta, A New Way with Everyone's Favorite Food by Josh McFadden, So Easy, So Good, Delicious Recipes and Expert Tips for Balanced Eating by Kylie Sakata. And then there's always Super Italian, more than 110 indulgent recipes using Italy's healthiest foods by Giada De Laurentiis. Coasters are another great gift you can create, and we have several types that you can make using sublimation or engraving, if you want to show.
So again, this is one of our sublimation coasters, so you can do fun little designs with those. And then we have a few different ways that you can use the laser engraver to make a coaster. So we have regular wooden coasters that can be stained. And then we also have a slate coaster that you can use. These are very, very popular in the Makerspace. We constantly have people that come in and want to make coasters with this material. And this is another coaster that we have that we made for the township. And you can see the really good detail within the coasters. The laser engraver is really incredible when it comes to making designs and actually having a lot of detail that you can use. So this is kind of just like a test coaster that we made that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so you can get kind of an idea of like the quality that you'll get with the type of laser engraver that we have.
And with coasters, I always think of bartenders. So if you have somebody who loves to be the home bartender, you can pair this with Both Sides of the Glass by Neil Patrick Harris and David Burka. It's a compilation of cocktails and mocktails for your non-drinkers. And we're not going to forget about those audiobook lovers in our lives. Creating a sublimation puzzle is a great way for them to while away the hours while they're listening to their book. You can create.
Yes, we have, you can create one from a real life photo, or you can create one from a custom design. So we actually colored this in and then we sublimated it. So you can have your child's drawing or any type of artwork that you maybe made yourself or someone else in your life, and you can sublimate it into a puzzle.
I would create a whole bundle so that you have plenty of time to listen and work. Now, carrying all of these books could be a bit much for those really avid readers of yours, so why not give them a tote bag? We have several sizes and several ways that they can be made, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so you can do, again, you can do them through sublimation and using our Cricut machine. This is an example of one that we used for vinyl on our Cricut machine, and you can use them on a lot of different materials. Again, the sublimation one can be used on polyester tote bags, but yeah, this is a really fun one that we did, and they're very sturdy, very heavy duty.
Which also makes those tote bags great for travelers in your life, because who doesn't need a tote bag while traveling?
Yes.
So maybe pair with some travel books, such as The Traveler's Atlas of the World by National Geographic. This is not just an atlas, but it is full of must-see travel destinations and top adventures that you can take. You also have one of my kind of favorites, Disney Adults by A.J. Wolf, for all those adults that love Disney just as much as the kids. And we also have coming out The Anthony Bourdain Reader by Anthony Bourdain. They found some new essays and writings of his traveling experiences. Okay. And speaking of travelers, what about custom luggage tags, something that's new to our Makerspace?
Yes, so we have these metal luggage tags that you can sublimate. We found them through one of our patrons. They donated them, and you can find these actually for pretty cheap at a dollar store. And you come in and we put a coating over it. So we use a little trick to kind of get around the sublimation, because normally you can't sublimate on metal, but we found a little trick through one of our patrons. They were very helpful to us. So we always encourage like a lot of help and a lot of teamwork and so people collaborating exactly in the Makerspace. So if you ever have ideas for projects and things like that, we're always welcome to hear it, because a really cool project came out of a patron sharing that with us, and it's one of these luggage tags that we can make now. And here's an example of a vertical one. These are really cool, and they'll hold up on your luggage. They're pretty sturdy and heavyweight, so I think it's a really good option for if you're traveling. I would be excited to use this next time I travel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And who doesn't love curling up with a nice hot beverage while they're enjoying their favorite book? For those people, we have custom mugs. And these can be made in our mug machine?
Yes, our mug press, we can make those in our mug press, and a lot of people get very creative with these. There are like 3 kinds of designs that people tend to lean towards. So you can make one completely through Canva, so you can do like a little custom fun, very colorful design. You can also hand draw one. So if you use a sublimation pen on sublimation paper, you can draw out your design and then you can heat press it onto the mug. And then next one that's very popular is using pictures. So you can create a collage, or you can do one picture all around. You can do a lot of different ways to make these really vibrant and have a lot of fun memories. And yeah.
So now a few more book suggestions for this nonfiction November that you may enjoy to gift or even keep for yourselves is The Wager, A Tale of Shipwreck, Mutiny, and Murder by David Gran, and it details the true story of a 1740 shipwreck. We also have The American Revolution, An Intimate History by Jeffrey Ward and Ken Burns. This title I love, Somebody is Walking on Your Grave, My Cemetery Journeys by Marian Enriquez, which is a global tour of famous cemeteries. We also have Turtle Island, Food and Traditions of the Indigenous Peoples of North America by Sean Sherman. Finally, Dark Renaissance, The Dangerous Times and Fatal Genius of Shakespeare's Greatest Rival by Stephen Greenblatt. So this is just a sampling of the different types of items and gifts that you can make in our Makerspace. But there is so much more, and many of these items work for your non-readers too. To use our Makerspace, you do need to have a Middletown Township Public Library card and complete some simple training on our website. Any other restrictions that we have, Ebony?
The only other restrictions we have, ages 9 and up can use the Makerspace. However, ages 9 to 15, they do have to have a parent with them in here at all times when they're using the Makerspace. And anyone between those ages have to have a parent guardian operate the heat press for them. So they're welcome to do any other part of the project. It's just when it comes to the actual heating elements, they do have to have an adult with them to do it for them.
Now, we did forget to mention using these services is free. There is a nominal charge for supplies, and in some cases you could bring your own. You would discuss with Ebony if what you're bringing will work with our machinery. You have one last item that's been a little new around here, and it's really versatile. You can create a simple banner such as these. There are so many options for this one, from readers, activities, to seasons.
Mm-hmm. And we have a bonus. If anyone knows what quote this book is from, leave it in the comments. We'd be really excited to see your guesses.
There are so many options. I love it. So until next time, happy reading.
Happy making.